Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, welcome back me Silvi Kotrunada, NEM 35 from Law and Business Ethics Class B. This video is created to fulfill the semester final exam from my lecturer, Mr. Novi Diana Badrutamami. So, here I will explain about the case study of the role of engagement and agreement law at PT Bali Radiance. The role of engagement and contract law case study at PT Bali Radiance. Alliance is a legal relationship between a number of legal subjects, a person of several people with themselves to do or not to do something to another party. Alliance concern include details and laws. According, there are several types of alliance, such as conditional alliance, alliance with templates, alternative alliance, responsibility alliance, and alliance which can be defeated and cannot be defeated, and agreement which covers the threat of punishment. An agreement is a negotiated and typically legally binding agreement between parties as to a course of action. Terms of the validity of the agreement such as 1. Agreement 2. The ability to enter into an alliance 3. A guaranteeing 4. Lawful jurisdiction. An agreement is when one or more people bind themselves to one or more other people. In order for the agreement to be signed to be valid, we must know what conditions must be met. There are 4 valid terms of the comfort relationship. 1. The binding agreement. 2. The ability to make an arrangement. These 2 conditions are also called subjective conditions. In the event that the first element, agreement, and the second element, skill, are not fulfilled, the contract can be covered. While the third condition is a current subject and the fourth is a cause that is not provided. If the third element, a containing in the fourth element, a lawful cause is not fulfilled, then the contract is null and void. In the agreement, there must be an agreement between the 2 parties known as the principle of consent. Lawful by both parties regarding the thing the war agreed upon. Unlawful as PMH is a civil suit that can be submitted to court by parties who fail to have been aggrieved. Action against the law in the context of civil law are regulated in Article 1375 of the Criminal Code, which states that every act that violates the law and brings harm to others and obligates the person will ensure the loss due to his mistake to compensate for the loss incurred. There are so many cases related to illegal at its court. The following will present example of a case study related to the agreement and consideration accepted by the judge. One of it is PT Bali Radiance. PT Bali Radiance is one of the largest car rental companies in Bandung, Regency. Bali Radiance stands for its transportation business founded by Airif Putra Sudanta SE and has become a division of a leading company, namely PT Bali Radiance International. This company belongs to the Rai family of himself. Bali Radiance still offers the funds, both international and multinational companies by the time that own PT Bali Radiance. Moreover, the tenant is obliged to be responsible for all the fault made As for the faults that are often done by the tenant at PT Bali Radiance, Stella is returning the car and the bag to the rented car due to the latest of the tenant. Settlement of the fault can be done to talk to settlement channel. Normally, settlement through litigation in court and litigation outside court. For the fault that occurred, a PT Bali Radiance is resolved through non-litigation channel. Normally, negotiation and mediation were the tenant compensator for the loss he has committed. As for others, the faults are classified as heavy, namely pawning a car rented by the party. The time to the party will be covered through litigation or court. Action against the law and the force majeure faults. Majeure are often translated as a compelling state is a condition where a defaulter is prevented from carrying out its performance because of frantic circumstances or even at the time the court was made. These circumstances or even cannot be accounted for the defaulter, which the defaulter is not a bad vaccination. Company profile at PT Bali Radiance. Established sign 1996. Address located in Jalan Raya Basangka number 1009 North Kuta. Vision to become a leading company in the provision of four-wheel light transformation service. Mission: creating sustainable business growth by providing the best solution for its customers. PT Bali Radiance is one of the largest car rental company in Bandung Regency. PT Bali Radiance has at least 107 vehicles ready to be rented out. Located at Jalan Raya Basangkasa number 1009 North Kuta. PT Bali Radiance is a legal company engaged in providing forward transportation service cars. To rent a car at PT Bali Radiance, the tenant must agree the agreement made by PT Bali Radiance, where the agreement regulates time so as the rental period. Time as tenant, ring an obligation as a tenant. In agreement, both parties want to get arrangement, but it's an arrangement for the fault to occur. Arrangement comes from the third work party, which means the authority of a promise to fulfill the content of the agreement. Will the fault of breaking the promise made for agreement? The fault in an agreement occurs when one of the parties does not fulfill its obligation. Case study at PT Bali Radiance. In the car rental agreement at PT Bali Radiance still often default, both international and unintentional committed by tenant that harm PT Bali Radiance. Therefore, the tenant is obligated to be responsible for all the faults made. As for the faults, they are often done by the tenant at PT Bali Radiance. If the lie is returning the car and the bag to the rental car, the tunnel is of the tenant. But the faults are made due to negligence of the tenant, and the tenant is obliged to be responsible. If a court ends with the settlement of the fault that has been deferred by PT Bali Radiance. Settlement of the fault can be done through the settlement canal, namely settlement through litigation in court and non-litigation on such court. For the fault that occurred at PT Bali Radiance, is resolved through non-litigation channels, namely negotiation and mediation, where the tenant makes exchange loss for the loss it has done. Other defaults they are served as severed, namely mortgaging the car rented by the tenant to a third party will be resolved through litigation or court. Suggestion at PT Bali Radiance. The tenant and the renting party renting car must be able to understand and implement the entire contents of the car rental agreement as agreed by both parties. So, the latter something will not happen that can or has effort party. And if a default occurs, the third can be resolved accordingly, in accordance with the application law, and the reserve must defend both parties to the dispute with its question. To mind the good name of the rent guard as a company and to mind its relationship with tenant as a consumer. This is all the explanation that I can cover. Maybe a useful and give us more insight about a land agreement. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.